Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Rovis Rants. My name is Mary, and again, I'm the host of this channel. Just wanted to do a quick update on the toxicology reports on Dwayne Haskins. For those of you who are not aware, he is a Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback who was in Florida with some of the rest of the team by invitation from Mitch Trubisky, which many players do before the start of the next season. They get together, they do some practices, some bonding sessions. Unfortunately, on the day that Dwayne was to return, he was on the interstate in Florida, where Mitch's home is, and he ran out of gas. So he apparently called his wife, let her know what was happening. Witnesses say he tried to flag down somebody for some help to get some gas, was not successful, made the decision to run across the interstate, where he was then hit by a dump truck. Witnesses also say the dump truck tried to swerve to avoid him, but did clip him, and he was killed on the scene. The toxicology reports that came out were quite saddening in that it shows that he had higher than levels of alcohol in his system that is allowed. In Florida, it's a 0.08. His first toxicology test showed 0.20, and the second was 0.24. He obviously then was way over the limit. He was also found to have ketamine in his system. That's usually used as anesthetic or for recreational uses. I did do a little research and found that some use it at low doses for depression, and also as a pain reliever. Now, I don't think any of us will ever know what, or maybe it will come out in the investigation as to why he was using ketamine. But at this point, it doesn't matter. And this show is not to put a damper on, his person or criticize. We don't know why he chose to drive intoxicated. We don't know why he was taking ketamine, and that's for investigators to determine. Maybe his wife at some point will share a comment about those things. At the end of the day, it's a sad day. He had many people who were saddened by his passing. He was only 24 years old. He had a promising career in Pittsburgh as a quarterback, although he would be competing for starting quarterback position. There was lots of promise for him. He had some unsuccessful time in Washington, but in Pittsburgh there seems to have been a real turnaround, and Coach Tomlin praised him highly. He unfortunately, made some wrong choices, and we could sit and judge, but I don't think that this information is for us to judge. I think it's for us to understand that we all make mistakes, and unfortunately, his mistake cost him his life. There was a statement made by his widow's attorney, and I'll read it. On behalf of Dwayne's wife, his family, and his memory, and on behalf of the truth, we respectfully request and pray for privacy, for patience, and for the public to withhold any judgment during this period while the law enforcement authorities continue to investigate and conduct their important work. Again, this is a tragedy and a loss. It's not to undermine his decisions or to put him down as a person or an athlete. Again, we all make mistakes. That's my perspective. Unfortunately, his cost him his life. This was just a sad unforeseen accident. The driver of the tow truck, I'm sure, is traumatized by what happened. It was an accident. He was not charged. Many of the Steelers players have come out and talked about how he had this absolutely fantastic smile that was, generated happiness, and they all enjoyed having him there in the Pittsburgh organization, and that his loss was felt across the team as well as across the league. He had a very, very great smile that will be missed by many. And just to quote a few of the Steelers, the world lost a great person today. And that was from TJ Watt. That was on his Twitter account. When Dwayne first walked into the locker room, I could tell he was an upbeat guy. He was always making people smile, never taking life for granted. His impact on me will last forever. And former Steelers quarterback Ben Roethlisberger said, among other things, Haskin's immense talent when it came to throwing a football. While he was so much more than a football player, Haskin was a supremely gifted quarterback who in 2018 realized his childhood dreams of being the starting quarterback in Ohio State. Haskin broke a bevy of school and Big Ten passing records that season while helping the Buckeyes win the Rose Bowl. His success in Columbus, Ohio led him to being drafted by Washington in the first round of the 2019 NFL Draft. I'll say it again, just like I told you to your face. I still wish I could throw the ball like you. Roethlisberger posted on his Twitter account, "Love you, pal, 7." So it seems that, he had a great impact in the Steelers locker room. And again, this is a terrible tragedy. I think we have to remember that, again, we all make mistakes. Unfortunately, his, again, cost him his life. So let's take this as a learning lesson. Let's not drink and drive. When you're on medications, make sure you know the side effects, and taking medications with alcohol obviously increases the chance of the side effects. Just want to say a little prayer to his wife and his parents. Not sure what the dynamic there. Doesn't sound like it's very good, as his parents did not show up for his funeral that his wife had. I as a parent, I don't understand that. I don't care if I hated my daughter-in-law, which I absolutely love my daughter-in-law. But if I hated her, that's my son, and I would be there. But again, there's probably some backstory that we don't know about, so we'll just leave it at that. Let's take his tragic death as a learning lesson, and hope that his family can get past this, move forward. And as an NFL fan, let's be mindful that these are not just players, these are athletes who have families, who are persons who matter. And on that note, hoping you have a great day. Again, tragic story that Dwayne Haskin's toxicology reports came back with drug and alcohol in his system. Let's take this as a learning opportunity to, think twice before taking both together and driving. Have a wonderful day.